Dr. Sakisha. Turn my radio down. Hello, hello. Thanks for already inviting people into the room. I'm trying to get a good angle. Y'all know I got my car chronicles going on. Kate Spade. Yeah, hey, her shoe's off the chain. Kate Spade. Welcome to the room. Welcome to the room. I may have gotten parked in a bad spot, though. Hello, hello. Hey, everybody. Everybody jumping on so fast. I appreciate it. Especially on a Friday. Happy Friday to everyone that's jumping in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I may change the angle, y'all. Excuse me. I'm trying to get a good angle for y'all. Let's see. Is that a good angle? I'm trying to determine that. How's everybody doing today? All right. Welcome to the room. Contract Supply Services. Live Life Love 7. Welcome back. Welcome back to the room. How are you today? How are you today? Good, 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 good. I'm trying to position this real good for y'all. So y'all excuse me for moving. I think that'll work right there. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the room, everyone. This is Delmar Johnson, president of Delmar Johnson Enterprise, and I am your chief HR brain with HRBrainForHire.com. Hello, Darlene. Welcome to the room, Broken Silence, Georgia. Thank you for jumping on, for taking a few minutes out of your Friday afternoon, wherever you are. I appreciate it. You guys know I always got notes, right? Welcome to the room. Welcome to the room. To my replayers, thank you for coming on and pushing the replay button. Hope you'll share with your audience as well. And give me some hearts. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm almost at 100,000 hearts, guys. And I'm going to give away a prize when I hit it. So I don't know what that prize is going to be yet, but I'm going to try to make it a good, juicy one. Thanks for coming into the room, Leading Powers. Thanks for sharing. Okay, so let me get myself situated. I should have done that before I got on, right? Okay, so I'm going to jump right in because I'm headed actually into a meeting with a client of mine. Welcome to the room, Michelle Natalia. I hope I pronounced that right. Welcome to the room. I'm Delmar Johnson again, your chief HR brain with HR Brain for Hire. So let's get straight to it. So the HR Car Chronicles quick tip today, okay, is all about what kind of questions can you ask potential applicants or potential candidates that you may be hiring, that you may be in the midst of hiring right now or hire in the future. It doesn't matter. It's always good to know what kind of questions you can ask and questions that you should not ask. Okay, so you won't get in trouble. But so again, I have my list of questions and we're going to go down them. I'm gonna give you all 10. And if you want me to send this to you, just send you a list of questions, top 10 questions that you should ask any candidate. You know, no matter what kind of candidate you're asking, especially if it's an internal employee specifically. And then, you know, there's some other particular kind of questions you want to ask a contractor that you wouldn't ask an intern or an employee. All right. So we're looking from this perspective, these questions perspective from people who are particularly employees and or interns. There's some questions you can be asking interns the same that you ask employees. So these are some more general questions that you want to get feedback to find out, you know, what the person is bringing to the table, you know, what their interest level is and things like that. So let's get started. Question number 1. Why are you looking for a job? You know, some of these questions are very obvious, y'all, because we've all been asked these questions before, right? So why are you looking for a job? Yes, it may sound like a basic question, but one thing as you as an employer yourself, okay, as an entrepreneur, small business owner that may be hiring either now or in the future, you don't want a candidate that's coming in there, you know, fumbling over their words, right? You know, you want to have a candidate that's coming in confident, although they may be a little nervous. I was talking about this last week. That nervousness is all right, as long as you use that nervousness for good. Okay, as long as you use that nervousness for good. So you want to ask the question, what are you looking for in a new job? And if they're coming in there with the sense of what they want, then they should be confident and strong enough to answer that question. Now, there are some questions. There are some particular answers or particular type of answers that they may answer with those kind of questions being asked. So let me give you a couple examples of that. One could be, my company is restructuring. Okay, my company is restructuring, and I had the option to remain with them, but I chose, or I had an option to take another job internally, but I decided to look elsewhere and just stretch myself to another career job. Or they may answer in an effort to avoid my job skills from being stagnant. Okay. In my current assignment, I've decided to seek out new career moves, new career jobs that definitely can exercise or I can exercise my skills and abilities in. So those kind of solid answers are the kind of things that you want to look for in a solid candidate. I'm kind of move this because the sun is really shining now. It was raining. Okay, so that's question number 1. All right, question number 2. What kind of position are you looking for? Okay, I told you I have notes. I always have notes in my car. What kind of position are you looking for? So, it says, perhaps nothing can hurt a candidate more than showing a hiring manager that they do not have a clear objective of what they're looking for. I'm going to ask you for their response again. Oh, okay, that's fine, Darlene. That's fine. Okay, so if you have a candidate that is not clear on what their job or, what their job objective is, then, that could be a potential red flag. But there, again, these are questions that you can legally ask a candidate, all right, to find out more about them, all right? And I'll review these again. And like I said, if you want these to be sent to you, send me an inbox. Shoot me a text at 919-798-7131 saying, Delmar, I want that top 10 question list that you talked about on Periscope. Okay, send me a text at 919-798-7131. Please identify who you are, because you guys are not in my phone, right? So identify who you are, let me know your name and everything. Okay, maybe your Twitter handle or something like that. All right. Number 3. Why do you want to work for this company? Now, that's a question that a lot of people have difficulty answering, just as the next question that I'm going to give you. The next question, why do you want to work for this company? So they should have a clear understanding about why they want to work for that company. One way that candidate should know if they want to work for that company is that they've done their research on your company, right? That they've done some kind of research. They know who's the head of the company. They know what kind of products and services that they sell. They know what they stand for. Maybe they have a glimpse of what their culture is. Okay, so these are some of the things that you want to hear out of a candidate, right? So they should be strong in their answer about why they want to work for you. Another question. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Now, I know that's one of the hardest questions. My students always tell me when I'm teaching career development or HR courses that they have a hard time talking about that, because a lot of times they go into personal aspects of their life. Oh, I'm married. I have 3 kids and a dog, and I live in a house with a white picket fence. No, stop. Okay, so that's not how that candidate should be answering that question. They should tell you more about, that you'll be amazed. They should be telling you more about some specific things about their skills, their knowledge, their talent, and how that applies to the position in which they have applied for, right? And to which you're interviewing them for. Ask career response. Yeah. Career response. Okay. Let me see. What else is on here? A lot of times that question, of course, is asked in the beginning. Tell me a little bit about yourself so you can engage them. A lot of times when you ask that question toward the beginning, that helps them to relax. Okay. Welcome to the room, V. Macmillan, too. Thanks for coming back. All right. So thanks for sharing, everybody. And thanks for all your hearts. I appreciate that. Use that to show them how you're suited for the job. Exactly. Use that to show them how they're suited for that job. And also it's used to engage them. And sometimes that will help break any nervousness you may have. And that may break any nervousness that interview candidate may have as well. Allow them to tell them a little bit about themselves and just kind of get the engagement going for the interview. All right. Number 5. We're already at number 5, guys. What type of job assignments did you perform in your last job? So they should give you some specific job assignment, not like, oh, I filed away documents. Whatever it is, some kind of generic answer like that. They should talk about some specific things that that can be transferable to the job that they're asking, that they're being interviewed about, right? So if it is maybe they worked on a project before, maybe they were instrumental in getting some kind of standard operating procedure written or something solid like that. But whatever job that they're interviewing with you for, then they should be able to relate some of those skills and tasks and jobs that they did in their previous employ to that job that they're interviewing for. Does that make sense? Okay. And you want them to be honest. All right. So that's the key, right? Number 6. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Number 6. What do you consider your strongest qualities or weaknesses? Qualities or weaknesses, okay? Your strengths or weaknesses. That's another question that a lot of candidates have a difficulty answering, because most people have never truly learned or understood how to articulate their strengths and weaknesses. Weaknesses do not have to be something detrimental, okay? Weaknesses are something that we all can work on, right? And turn into a strength. So when I'm coaching someone on how to on interviewing coaching and how to help them answer those certain questions that a lot of people have a difficulty on, like this one, besides tell me about yourself, this is the second leading one. Describe your strengths. Tell me a couple of your weaknesses. They think about that it's detrimental. It's like, no, weaknesses could be that you stretch yourself too thin, or that you I don't know. I'm kind of trying to think off the top of my head, but the weaknesses don't have to be some detrimental thing like, oh God, I don't know. Mine is perfectionism and being too analytical. Thank you for the examples. Thank you. Because, when I get on the groove, so perfectionism and perfectionism, I think there's a lot of people's issues, okay? But how do you turn that perfectionism into a strength? You can say, I typically have identified as perfectionism as one of my weaknesses, but how I have addressed it, you see how I began to turn that around? How I have addressed it is I have prioritized those things that I'm working on and understand that I can perfect things along the way, but don't get stuck in perfectionism. Prioritize what it is that you're doing, how you're doing it, how you're going to deliver it and everything, but you can perfect things along the way. All right. So there's a way to turn those weaknesses into a strength answer. All right. Number 7, what do you consider to be your greatest career achievements? A lot of people have never thought about that because we're so busy being in the now that we forget what it is that we have achieved. Anybody guilty besides myself on that? Okay, I'm still talking about questions that you can legally ask the interview candidate, and I'm kind of coming from the candidate's perspective. Anybody have trouble doing that? Say, I'm not a good bragger. And you know what? A lot of times, particularly we as women, we don't brag on ourselves. Sometimes you have to go by and get a pen and a piece of paper, a legal pad, and write down, okay, what have I achieved in my lifetime? Not just, in the last 30 days or the last 60 days, but what have you achieved in your lifetime, in your career, in your jobs, in your, in your personal life, in your family life? What have you achieved? And you'll probably be amazed once you write it down, just how much you've achieved in your lifetime. You'll probably be amazed. Even if you just went back the last 24 months, you'll probably be amazed about what you have achieved. So you want a candidate that's confident in understanding what their career achievement is. Okay. That was number 7. Number 8, where do you see yourself 18 months from now? They should have some kind of career goals. Okay. Some kind of career goal. Sometimes that you may be asking 18 months. Maybe you just say 2 years, if you don't want to be that specific when you're asking the candidate. So you may ask, hey, where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 3 years? You want a candidate that can come back with a sound answer in that too, because it means that they have given thought to where they see themselves. Okay, they've given thought to where they see themselves. Somebody asked me that question the other day. Where do you see your HR business 2 to 3 years from now? I succinctly told them I see myself as one of the top leading consultants, HR consultants for the small business community, that I would be a sought after HR consulting firm with collaborating partners. Okay, so you want something that is succinct because somebody has thought it out, what their career goals are. Make sense, everybody? Thanks for the hearts, guys. Thanks for hanging with me. What does an open door policy mean to you? You ever been on a job where you say, I have an open door policy? My answer to that is I consider an open door policy where I'm able to bring questions to that who is my authority or my manager or my boss if I have a question about something, and not necessarily feel belittled that I asked the question. Thanks for the hearts, guys. All right. Last question. Thanks for joining the room, Sweet Harmony 1990. When you start a new job, how do you establish good relationships with your coworkers and or supervisors? How did you establish your relationships on the jobs that you are on? Or maybe were on if you're not on right now, okay? It says a good candidate will view this as an extremely important part of their new job. Just like in entrepreneurship and building your business is about relationship, well, it's about relationship on a job too, right? It's about relationship in the company that you are hiring these people into. You know, how do they begin to cultivate a relationship? Anybody have any questions about those 10 questions? Again, if you want them sent to you, you can inbox me or you can shoot me an email. Shoot me an email at info@delmarjohnson.com. That's info@delmarjohnson.com. Or you can actually text me at 919-798-7131, letting me know that you want those top 10 questions that you can ask. Off subject, if you work from home and need an intern, what is your suggestion with how to get them? Okay, I talk about interns all the time, so let me shift gears for just a second. If you're working at home, and I'm going to tell you right now, most people who are doing their entrepreneurial thing, even if they're a parallelpreneur and they may have a job part of the day and then they work at home the second part or the latter part of the day, if they want to intern, most interns are virtual interns now. Okay, that's the beauty about still being able to work at home. What I would do to look for those interns, there is a site, internships.com. All right. That is a quality intern site where interns are always on there looking for internships, whether that is with a corporate body or someone who is an entrepreneur. A lot of times interns like to work with small business owners. I'm just giving y'all that tip. All right. They like to work with small business owners and entrepreneurs. So start with internships.com. I believe it's an S on that. Internships.com. I actually use it a lot for myself and my clients. I want to get back into HR. What do I do? Reach out to me, because it's going to take more than this Periscope to explain to you how to do that. Reach out to me. info@delmarjohnson.com. You can shoot me an email. Let me know that you saw me on Periscope and let me know what your question was, and you can set up a free 15-minute call with me, and I'll be able to help you with that. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Anybody have any questions? Any other questions that may not pertain? Okay, you kind of misspelled it. It's DELMARJOHNSON. That's DELMARJOHNSON. I know it's autocorrect on these cell phones to get on my nerves. Yeah, info@delmarjohnson.com. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, V. McMillan, number 2. Anybody have any other questions? Thank you, Darlene. Oh, let me give you know what? Let me just give you this bonus before I get off and go on my meeting. Let me give you some questions that you should not be asking. How about that? Okay. How old are you? Please don't ask that. All right. What year did you graduate from high school? Okay. Where were you born? Are you from the United States? Are you married? Do you have kids? All right. These are, and I know these questions sound real simple, but you'll be amazed. I have caught people asking these questions before. Please don't do that. All right. Do you have kids? What is your faith or religion? What is your faith or religion? Do you have a car? Unless it is, now you can ask that question if it is imperative to the job. Okay. But if you just asking them just to be asking them if they can get to work, don't ask that question. All right. That's, do you have a car? Unless it is required for the job. Like if you're going to be an Uber driver or what is that, Lyft driver or something that has to do with the driving, then they can ask you that question. All right. Because you'll be using your car. Say, do you have a disability? Can be used as discrimination. Yes, it can be used as discrimination if you're asking these questions. Right. That's why I say these are questions that you should not ask. Now, on the question about do you have a car, like I say, if it is a requirement of the job, because Uber, you have to have a car to drive. For Lyft, you have to have a car to drive. You know, you're playing taxi cab person. All right. So certain jobs, you know, if you what else would require a car? If you're a courier and you're using your own car, you have to have a car. So they have to know that you have that transportation. All right. A sales rep. A lot of times sales reps are in their own vehicles and they get a vehicle, reimbursement on gas and, travel and miles and stuff like that. So yeah, certain jobs that require a car, and it's all right to ask that car. Yeah, they get mileage and stuff like that. Exactly. And get reimbursed on that. All right. So those are just some questions, bonus questions that you should not be asking. I hope that was helpful. Again, if you want this to be sent to you, the top 10 questions that you can ask and even the top 10 questions that you should not ask. Yeah. Food delivery person. Exactly. Then you can, again, email me at info@delmarjohnson.com. You can reach out to me at hrbrainforhire.com, and I'm on, the social media, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook as HR Brain for Hire as well, at HR Brain for Hire. All right. So I'm easy to find. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. Thanks for everybody hanging out with me for your daily Car Chronicles, HR Quick Tip with your chief HR Brain with hrbrainforhire.com. Check out hrbrainforhire.com. Got some great things on there for you, some free downloads, as well as some products that'll help carry yourself through in hiring interns, contractors, and employees if you want to do it yourself. So I hope you have a great afternoon. I got to jump into this meeting, and I see you on Monday for the next HR Quick Tip. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Bye-bye. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing.